Welcome to Drinks with Coach.
Fuck what a nigga say and how a hoe feel. Less niggas, most grill, niggas broke still. Sold stream, sold dope, sold pills. Half the city thought a nigga had a whole deal. I'm from Finkel Ave, niggas got.
Yo, what's going on? Welcome to Drinks with Coach, and I'm Thomas L. Harris, aka Coach. Look, I got a special guest. I got my boy. I'm talking about somebody that I have been knowing for years now. He been in the game, shit. How old am I? He probably been longer than me. Nah, let me stop because he gonna get upset with that one. But I got my brother, the talented, the amazing producer, writer, production, distributor. I mean, you name it, this man done did it, all right? Dennis Reed, what's going on, my boy, man? I'm happy to have you here.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
More than glad to be here.
Well, look, I like to give flowers, right? And so I think it's long overdue that I give you yours. You are somebody that has been in the game for a very long time, man, from the books to the plays to the films, to your production studio, distribution company. You're doing a lot of things, and you're very influential in this industry of filmmaking for the independent. So definitely got to give you them flowers, man, and cheers to all your success and your future success.
I appreciate it. Ty stuff is good.
Man, hey, look, if y'all don't know, let me shout it out. This right here, man.
I can't be.
Ty, we need more of that, okay? Answer your phone now.
Yeah, that's good.
Who is Dennis?
Who is Dennis? A father, a Christian, a soon-to-be husband, I hope. A brother. I try to contribute to our society, man. I'm a Detroiter. It just happened I was born in New York.
Yeah.
Know?
So born in New York, but you're a Detroiter.
I'm a Detroiter.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, I get to ask this question. I don't get to ask this many times, but growing up in the 80s and 90s, right? Because that was your era, the 80s and 90s.
Right.
What was that like growing up as a child in Detroit in the 80s and 90s?
I moved here in 85.
Okay.
And it was like my father and my mother like split up.
Mm-hmm.
And when they say like the drug stuff really destroyed homes,
yeah,
it went through mine.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So you come here and you have your father who is your superhero, and then he battling his demons, and then you have your family in, other places that battle on their demons, and it's like one of the hardest things ever because you just don't know if your father gonna be alive, your aunts or uncles gonna be alive,
sure.
If your cousins or your homeboys gonna go to jail or whatever, but the 80s for me is when I felt like 80s, especially 80s and 90s for me, is when I knew that people was real. Yeah. It wasn't so much plastic like it is now. Yeah. When people say they love you, they loved you. Yeah. People didn't like you, they didn't mess with you. You know what I mean? But now people smile in your face, and then it's funny because the more popular you get, the more money you get, the more fame you get, the more people smile in your face and be stabbing you in the back. But back then, they just like, fuck you, we don't deal with you. They just be what it be.
And Detroit is one of them cities, man, back in the day where, because I also, late 80s, early 90s, kind of more so for me, the 90s, Detroit was different back then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Detroit was different, and I know exactly what you're talking about when you say it was just real, it was in your face, wasn't none of that. If I didn't like you, I didn't like you. If I liked you, I liked you. I loved you, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, just watching the development of Detroit to what it is now from back then, it's good and it's a good and it's a bad. Because even back then, like you said, the drug epidemic, the crack epidemic, it tore through the city like a wildfire.
The funny thing about me that people probably don't get, and I think like when we talk about your brother T, he kind of get it because he an island kid. By me being Jamaican and Panamanian, it's like we are brought up a little different, and we don't really sugarcoat. We gonna tell you what's on our mind. We gonna tell you how we feel. We gonna tell you the shit. We just don't give it to you. People now can't take that. So like if you do some fucked up shit, and I be like, yo, that's fucked up shit. They like, why you talking to me like that? Yeah. But it's like, bro, you did fucked up shit. Yeah. It's like even on my sets, people like, yo, he's so mean. He's so disrespectful. I even heard the day I got my ass beat on set. I'm like, what the
Whoa.
fuck? It's like literally, like
wait
literally,
a minute.
I did.
You can't slip that in. I think I ain't. What you mean? You got your ass beat on set?
Listen, I swear, like I literally just heard that. Like today, I got a call like, yo, you got beat up on set. I'm like, no, like, but
that's news to me. But
it's funny because it's like people rather talk about gossip shit than good shit.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
If I get jumped on, the whole city would know. You know what I mean? But I laugh because it's like, now I understand. And this is for people that want to be famous. This is for people that want to be in the movie game, the music game.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to be lied on, talked about, dogged out behind your back, you're not ready for fame. If you're not ready to be talked about like a fucking dog, you're not ready for fame because, you know, if you got thin skin, this game is not for you.
Yeah, no, it's not.
You know, so that's why I'm saying like the shit that used to happen in the 80s and the 90s, it wouldn't fly today because these people today are just a lot different. These kids, these fatherless ass men, they just different now.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just blessed to be able to say that I'm from that era.
Yeah.
And
you think that helps, that makes you a better filmmaker? Just coming, being able to have that type of a mentality, you know, because we did grow up different. I mean, we had to go outside and, you know, football in the street, fight with your knuckles. Like, we came up a little different. So I understand exactly what you're saying when the mentality of you're used to being, you know, you gotta have thick skin growing up when we grew up in that era. Like, it just was what it was. The teachers, from the pastor to the neighbors to the coach.
It's just different now.
It was different.
It's like the one thing that I say about Detroit people, we don't really have too many internet beefs.
No.
Because we pull up. People out of town, they say stuff about each other and then they see each other in the club and they may look at each other, but it's nothing else.
Yeah.
Being from here, like, if it's a problem, let's discuss the problem. Yeah. You know, but these new people, man, they hit the internet, they telling on it, they tell on themselves on the internet. Yeah. It just.
But I think it ain't no city like us, man. I love Detroit. I love this city. I love this place, man.
When we was in Atlanta, I laughed because everybody came to us. Yeah. Yeah. They love us. Yeah. When so many people from here is trying to run away from here, everybody is running to us. Yeah. Because Detroit is the most authentic place that you're gonna get, man. I love New York. Let's get it straight. Yeah, for sure. New York and Detroit is so much alike to me. Yeah. You know, that is crazy. Yeah. And I just happen to live in, I think, the best city in the world, man.
No, I feel the same. I love Phoenix. You know, I grew up part of me grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. I love Phoenix. You know, but it's like you said, Detroit is just Detroit. Shout out, he's talking about Atlanta. We went to the Filmmakers Conference. That was dope. We got to speak. We were speakers at the conference. It was dope. Shout out to Ray Jr. Incredible conference, man. We loved it. So, Dennis, you started out writing books first, right? Yeah. That was your first part of your creativeness that came into tuition first, right? Into what you're doing now. Yeah. It started with books, though.
Yeah, I was an author. Yeah, like writing a script 72 to 80 pages ain't shit. I was writing books, not pamphlets, and like my homegirl that write books, she used to be like, "Those are pamphlets. They 35 pages and they big ass letters." I was writing real books, 225 to 250 pages, and I was doing them shits in like 2 months and putting them out, and I loved every minute of it. Yeah.
How many books did you end up writing? Like, how many did you have?
So I wrote True Law. First, He Said, She Said, True Law, and True Law 2. And then with a few other people, I wrote a book called Bitch I'm Front of D and another book called Soaking Wet.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you transitioned some of those actual books into plays, right?
So He Said, She Said was a play.
Yep.
That was my first play. So I always say He Said, She Said started everything for me. Because it was the first book, and then it was my first play. Okay. And then after that, you know, True Law was my first movie. Yeah, I remember that. You know, I remember coming to the premiere for that, and you man. I remember that, and I remember me and T were out in the hallway, and you came out kicking shit like, what the fuck?
I'm like, bro, what's wrong? What's going on? And I remember because at that time, everybody was just learning how to do films in the theater, like run the theater so it doesn't stop. You can't do it. You can't do it on the DVD player because it's gonna skip. Can't do it. So it was like those. It was like the bumps in the road. And I remember it.
You're being kind. That was some bullshit. Let's just keep it real. Like, I always tell people, everything that happened to you is your fault. Mm-hmm. That shit was my fault.
Yeah,
I could put it on Randy all I want.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I gave him the movie, and he filmed the movie for me, and I never checked behind him.
Yeah.
I never asked to see the cuts. I never did none of that. So guess who fault that is, bro?
Yeah.
That's mine. That being a new filmmaker, you thinking that you just get the movie filmed and you give it to a dude and he figure it out. Nah, man. Now it's a whole process, and I got the process down pat.
You learn from it.
But I gave away so much. I gave back so much money that night.
I remember, man, you was boiling, man, and it's crazy because in those moments, you know, like, man, sorry, man, you gonna be good. You don't be wanting to hear that shit.
You don't.
You don't be wanting to hear that.
But that's because people say you good, but they all talking about this nigga shit ain't shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it take a lot to be us.
Yeah, it does.
You know,
it does.
like it take a lot.
It does.
And like, I'm happy to be able to say it now. Like, that taught me a lot. Like, everything that I've been through in this game has taught me how to be a better man.
Yeah.
A better businessman, a better father, a better everything, bro. And I love when I have adversity because I learn from everything. If you think that you're going to learn from your wins, you're dead fucking wrong. Yeah. You learn from your adversities, and that is the best thing. That night taught me so much, bro.
Yeah, you learn from your losses.
It never happened again.
Yeah. No, I don't think it did. I don't think it ever did. For one, you ain't going to let that happen because you ain't trying to give all that damn money, man. That's a lot of goddamn money. But, so plays, you did plays, right? And I remember being, fresh out of college. This is probably like 2000 and I want to say 10, 11, somewhere in there, or 8, somewhere in there. And I remember you were doing plays. That play era in Detroit was huge.
It was.
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, you're talking about Kamal was doing plays. You were doing plays. Melissa Talbot, God rest her soul. We love her so much. Take a drink to that. Got to take one to Missy, always. Angela Dunlap, TJ Hempfield. I mean, the play era in Detroit was crazy. Give the people, all of us, I was able to see it firsthand, but what was that like back then? Like, what was that experience back then? Like, what was that?
It taught me everything about today. Because with plays, the reason why I stopped doing plays, to be honest with you, was because I learned that doing the play, you only gonna make money that day or that week that your play is out. With a movie, if everybody don't come and see that movie at that premiere, they still gonna watch it on TV, and you always gonna make money. So that's what made me say, fuck the plays.
Somebody got a pen,
right?
Nigga that just answered the question in number 10. Can I get a pen? Nigga just answer my damn question. Good to go ahead, keep going.
But plays also taught me how to think quick on my feet.
Yeah.
Plays also taught me that if you don't promote and market, you're gonna be fucked. And it just taught me, bro. It's like you dealing with a bunch of fucking kids. Like actors, bro, are very, 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 very fucking sensitive, bro. And I had one actor, I swear to God, bro. This motherfucker did my play. I paid him. I wanted him to do my next play. And he said, because you was late on my payment, I need all my money up front. And I'm like, bro, that's not the agreement. He said, well, you was a week late on my check. And I'm like, all right, well, fine. And then I remember telling him, I promised, I said, you know what? I'm going to do a movie called True Law. And I'm going to put you in it, and I'm going to put him in it, and that's going to be the first movie I do, and that bitch going to go crazy, and we're going to go to Hollywood, we're going to make a lot of money. And he was like, yeah, you're going to have to give me $5,000 to do that, though. And I'll never forget. That's when you know how when you want to know that you was validated?
Yeah.
like about 3 years ago. He came up to me like, dog, I want to work back with you so bad, bro. Yo, I'll do the shit for free. And I'm like, I said, I just, that's dope.
Yeah.
When we,
you gotta hit him with the Denzel. You do, don't you?
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll get with science. She'll call you. I promise.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember everything that everybody said about me.
That play era, I ain't gonna lie, because I actually was able to be in several plays during that era, and that era was different. You know, like it was different. It taught me a lot of stuff, good and bad.
It taught
good and bad.
It taught you that you want to do movies.
You know what? I haven't done a play in many years, so you might be right.
It taught you that you want to do movies. You know what I mean?
You might be right. I haven't done a play in, oh my God, almost 10 years.
But don't you want to do a play right now?
Yes. I want to get back on stage. I want to get back on. I'm telling you, because there is nothing, and I tell all actors this. I did plays from 2002 all the way into 2000. I think my last play was 16 or 17, something like that. So there's nothing like the stage at all. It's the best feeling, and it's the best. To get better as an actor, I truly believe you've got to do the stage.
The dopest feeling ever. Because I'm behind the scenes. Yeah. So I'm not on stage. Yep. I'm not on the camera, right? Yeah. So I remember I had just split from Melissa Talbot and Doc and them. And this was my very first play. And our split, don't get it fucked up. Like everybody loved Missy, but Missy could be mean.
No, she didn't play. Missy didn't play. She stand on business.
Right. So we split, and I just remember we sold out the music hall.
Which play was this?
It was. I think it was Done.
Okay.
Played Done.
Okay.
And I remember that Jay-Z saw Lost One had came out just then. And that's when I came out. Or they was like, Dennis Reed, bring it to the stage, Dennis Reed. And that came. And I was like, I came out. I was like, yes! I was so geek, bro. Like, that was my moment. And then I was like, fuck plays. I don't want to do this shit no more.
Oh, gosh, dog.
Time to do movies.
Was it because they were too hard? Was it that play, just producing plays were very hard? Or?
You know, bro, it was my money wasn't right.
Okay.
I was owing people. Like, literally, bro. Like, I was paying people for, on Monday, that you supposed to, it was Sunday play, you supposed to get all your money that Sunday, and the play didn't really do shit, and now I'm paying you for the next month because I got to pay you back all your money, and then people talking so bad about you like, oh, this nigga don't pay, this nigga don't do that, and they never talk when they get all their money. They only talk when they didn't have it.
But did that teach you, like, what did that teach you? Like, okay, maybe I need to go in here and just have it up front already, ready to go.
But it's hard when you're doing that. Yeah. When you don't have anybody that's backing you, and when you are the backer, and when you the backer, the bank, the promoter, all that shit. But that's the thing though. I'm a hustler. Yeah. So I got through that, and that's why I'm happy about where I'm at now. Because like with us now, we pay everybody quick. Like here, take this shit. There, you know, because we have it now. Yeah, right. You know. Movies does well, right? But back then, it's like when you sell dope, you don't just become the brick man. I don't, guys. I don't sell dope. I'm just saying, you don't. But I get what you're saying. You don't just become the brick man. You literally, you start small and you work your way up. You know, and what Biggie say? Consignment is not for all men; it's for live men. That's a real statement. And plays was my crack. And then movies became the bricks. Yeah. Consignment means that you're getting loaned something, okay, but you have to pay it back. Don't worry about how I know that. I've done enough street movies to know that that's what consignment is. I had to learn that too. You did McGraw Ave. And I learned it actually there, okay? So I learned consignment there, season 2. You know the saying. You learned that season 1. I always say that McGraw Ave series, bro, y'all kill me because murder always do the wrong things for the right reasons.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like when he paid for his father's funeral with old boy money.
With the real
it's
money.
not like he went and bought shoes. He paid for the funeral, bro. Like, it's wrong.
Yeah.
You got to get this man his money, but he did it for the right reasons, man. So that's why I think that series go crazy.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Now, going from the play world, like you said, you dropped the play world and you went into the movies. First film you did, it was True Law, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But your one that shot you up was First Lady, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that? Like, how was it making a transition from that? Because like you said, you had your struggles in the film with True Law, and then here comes First Lady, and it's like, whoa, okay.
Well, it was one before that, though.
Which one was that?
So I did, and this is crazy. So I did True Law, and then I did a movie called Indictment. And that was the first Indictment.
Oh, I thought Indictment. Well, which one was with Indictment? So which one was the one that?
I tell you, I did Indictment. Right? We did a small premiere. The edit was terrible. My son cussed me out, and then I end up saying "fuck Indictment," and I did I Declare War. And then when I did I Declare War, the series, that's when I gave it to distributor, and distributor had it on Amazon, and it went crazy. I Declare War went crazy. That was my first series, eight episodes, and they didn't pay me none of the money. So then I ended up suing them. Found out that series had did $2 million off Amazon.
Whoa!
Right, they paid me out of that $2 million something like $15,000.
Whoa!
Right, so the feds ended up. It was a Ponzi scheme. So they seen all the money that they made off my stuff. It's all in LA Times, and they shut them down. The guy went to jail, the whole 9 yards. So now I'm broke off that. So it's like I was getting hit every which way. Like True Law wasn't making no money.
Right.
Indictment did terrible because it was a horrible edit, and I didn't have any edits because the editors in Detroit at the time was not Spud. Okay.
Shout out to my boy Spud, man. Shout out Spud.
Who's amazing.
Yeah.
Then I ended up doing First Lady. I ended up doing I Declare War, and then
like you said, the business side was all janky.
And then I remember I was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And I had just did I Declare War. I had actually went to the film market in LA.
Yep.
And I met Linda and them from Indie Rights.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. I remember that. Very big in the beginning.
Right.
With helping with distribution. Yep.
So I met Linda. Then when I met Linda, I'll never forget. I'm in Atlanta. I showed somebody the trailer for First Lady. I'm like, I gotta find distribution. Yeah. So they was like, you need to call this lady named Linda with Indie Rights in LA. I said, I got her number. So I had her number. So I called her and I'm like, hey, Linda, this is Blake friend. I met you. She was like, okay. And I said, well, I got this movie. Look, just email me, and hung up the phone.
Oh, she was straightforward. Like,
hung up the phone.
Don't want to hear no conversation.
Hung up the phone.
Damn.
So I emailed her. Hey, Linda, this is Dennis Reed. I'm from Detroit. I met you through Blake at the film market, Blake and Al Prophet. And I'm just going to attach the trailer to my movie, First Lady. 2 seconds later. Hello, this is Linda. Hey, Linda, how you doing? I'm going to make you so much money off this movie. And she did. Yeah. She did. Yeah. And I was happy. Yeah. And then the best way I put it, I was happy until I wasn't. Yeah.
Talk about making the First Lady. The process to that was, because I know you said you had some hiccups when we talked before. Or no, I don't want to say hiccups, but you had so many things that happened before. Did it make the First Lady easier for you, or you still had a couple little bumps in the road?
No, when I got on First Lady, I was becoming Dennis Reed II. Okay. And like Jim Jones didn't want to fly to Detroit. He was not coming to Detroit to do it. And I understood. So we flew to New York, filmed his part in Harlem, came right back home, finished it up with Hoops and them. Did a great job. And that was the movie that I felt like I could finally say, yo, I'm doing this shit. You know, I was really happy. That movie made me smile.
Now, it seems like, because like you said, you did have a lot of, before your past projects taught you so much. So when you hit First Lady, you had already knew the ins and outs of certain things. It seemed like that sparked something in you because next thing I know, it's First Lady 1, 2, 3, this movie, Dennis Reed. I was like, God damn, Dennis, slow down. Hold on. What made you start? What was it? Did you just say, hey, I got to put out more and more and more? Or did you, because you were the first one, in this city, period, in independent films, period, that was putting out so many films at such a fast pace. What happened? I mean, did you just hit a groove? You just found something? Like, what was it?
I love this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't do this, I'm dead. If I'm not writing, I'm dead. Mm-hmm. If I'm not making movies, I'm dead. It's like I don't have the luxury to be able to have idle time. Mm-hmm. Because the way that my mind think, I would get in trouble. Like, that's just me. I know me. So I need to be at work. This is my work. Everything else is secondary. It's like my family, God, work for me. So I understand if I'm not on set, I'm going to be spending money stupid. I understand if I'm not on set, I'm going to be trying to find a way to make some extra money. I want to be a billionaire. And when I say I want to be a billionaire, I don't say that shit lightly. Like, we make millions. Okay, you make a couple million, that's cool. Mm-hmm. We have to fucking turn it up. Mm-hmm. And right now, if we don't fucking put this shit in the head and take all we can, we're going to fucking lose. That's right. I get mad when, like I know what I've done for our city. People don't get, like, when I see y'all, for example, I see Rocky Black, I see BZ, I see Kamal, and I see everybody like, yo, I gotta do movies. I be geeked about that shit because y'all making me work harder. Mm-hmm. I don't get jealous, I get motivated. Mm-hmm. So now I'm trying to see how we can say, and this is nothing at all against Tubi. Mm-hmm. Let's make it clear because I love Tubi. Mm-hmm. But now, how can we get to the bad that Tyler Perry get to? How can we get to the bad like the guy you were just telling me about from Yellowstone getting to? Mm-hmm. How do we say, fuck just putting out a couple of projects and now let's go to this licensing shit for we could be on ABC, NBC, and Peacock, the whole nine. Right. Because see, that's where our money at, bro. Mm-hmm. We have to learn how to do the fucking paperwork because that's what's lacking with us is the paperwork. Not motherfucking wearing Gucci that's not paying us in our movies. Yeah. So that's what my mindset is. So I went crazy because I'm trying to figure out how can I compete with, not really compete, but how can I compete with Lionsgate? Mm. That's my competition. Y'all ain't my motherfucking competition. Y'all my brothers. Right. I'm competing with motherfuckers that got more money than me because my goal is to be a billionaire. My goal is to be the first dude from Detroit to have $1 billion and be able to be like, I made this shit not without nothing. This is what I did. And I put my whole fucking team on. I put my whole fucking city on. And that's it. That's my goal. Yeah. So I get mad when I hear people say, well, like, y'all over here, y'all distributors. Mm-hmm. Okay, you don't come to Dennis, go to T.
Yeah, for sure. No, for
don't motherfucking go somewhere else outside of here because you want to say, well, I don't want them to know my numbers. Yeah. Motherfucker, fuck you and your numbers. Yeah. We trying to make you money because we love you.
Right. We going to get behind you. We going to get behind the product.
Yeah. So that be my thing. It be so many people that be so counting pockets. Bro, this shit's a business. It's like you my brother. When me and you was in Atlanta, it's 1,000 people there. Me and you sitting there talking.
Yeah, chopping it up.
Right? If something were to happen to you there, that's my fault because I'm not watching your back. Yeah. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about this independent movie shit. It's like, when we gonna start being independent? Mm-hmm. When we gonna start doing the paperwork for we can have our shit like everybody else and make the money that everybody else? Yeah. Stop getting comfortable with $1 million.
Speaking about the money, I want to jump to that because that's a great thing that I want to talk about. Right now there's a big situation between actors' pay and producers. It's a big thing where actors feel like they're underpaid or they feel like they're not getting paid enough. Producers feel like they're trying to get too much. What are your thoughts on that whole situation?
I feel like actors could make money more money if they do the right shit. So, this is how the shit works. In Detroit, we know who those people are. We know who the great actors are, and we know who the great film companies are. We know the movies, we know the companies that's making a lot of money, and we know the actors that can help you make a lot of money. Right? Now peep this out. If you ever look at what you think Denzel Washington made, or what you think Cookie, what's her name?
Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji P. Henson made. You think you know what she made. We know that they not making $1 million a film. They not making that. Now Denzel is, but Taraji P. ain't. Right? So here's my thing. How do our people start making what Taraji P. made? Because she's probably making maybe $200,000-$300,000 off a movie. That budget on that movie is probably like $8-9 million. So if you want to make more money, this is what you have to do, actors. First, at the premiere, you got to do what Javon Lawn do. Javon is going to get a whole theater and sell that bitch out himself. So now he made his day rate on that movie, and now he made a part of the movie off selling his premiere tickets. So I get $5 off all my premiere tickets. That dude literally made like an extra $2,000 from selling tickets. That's what Javon did. Then you promote the fuck out that movie. When you promote the fuck out of the projects that you in, guess what happens? Everybody that is trying to ride Detroit wave, they're gonna call you to Atlanta, they're gonna call you to Houston, they're gonna call you everywhere, and they're gonna pay you a whole lot more. But you gotta understand that people in Detroit not gonna pay you that. They just gonna make somebody else. So if you in a dope movie here, you're gonna be able to charge more out of town. Then get on your hustle. Do parties. Go do your events. That's how you make your money. That's how these other actors make their money. They make their money from appearances and everything else. So you thinking that you just making all your money from that movie, that's not what happens. And at us as producers, we gotta put out really good movies and we gotta promote our actors more. So we both are at fault. Right? Like, can I pay you more? Yes. Am I going to pay you more if I see that you giving me more? If you are the main person that's promoting my shit, you are the main person that's helping my shit go crazy, yeah, I'm going to pay you more. But now with me at DR2, you know what I do. Like, I'll be like, hey, y'all want to make a movie? I'll go half. Oh, you don't got no half? I'll pay all. I'll give you this percentage. I don't have a problem with that. Because if you loyal to me, I got to be loyal to you. Yeah. That's why Lee and China do what they do. They make very good money because now they're making their own movies. China on set right now. Lee will be on set in 2 or 3 weeks. Because that's how we look at stuff.
How do we bridge the gap? Like, how do we bridge this gap of this miscommunication or this disconnect between that?
I think that we bridge the gap by communication, and it got to be the right people. You can't listen to a motherfucker that first is ignorant. So I use a person like Deb, who I think is intelligent as fuck. And I think that she is a well-spoken person for the acting community. And then you have a person like, on our side, maybe like a Janaea, who understand both sides. Or T or you or whoever. Don't ask me because I'm going to probably hurt your fucking feelings. Right? But I feel like it just got to be communication and you got to be worth it. Everybody's not worth what they think they're worth. Right. You know, everybody's not worth what they think they're worth. Because I know like Javon, that motherfucker, he and y'all shit, how many times have you promoted your shit?
No, he promotes it. He stay promoting.
It starts with that, bro. Like I had an actor that I would never work with again. And I stand on business on that. Right?
Takes that question out. That was the next one.
I would never work with this one actor again. And the fucked up part, his birthday is like a day or 2 before mine. He told me, I do not sell tickets. Denzel Washington don't sell tickets. Why should I? I said, well, first off, Denzel Washington sold tickets to every play that he was in. And then another thing Denzel Washington too, every time he go on Good Morning America or anything that he do, he's selling tickets. That's what he's doing. And you're not big enough to go on Good Morning American yet. But you can be if you work. Yeah. And that's the shit that bothers me. They think that we all are babies right now, bro. We're babies at this. We all just learning how to walk. So we not gonna all get everything right.
I mean, the platform of Tubi and this exposure we had, it's only about 4 or 5 years old, so it's still early.
And who started that play? Who started the explosion? Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We know the two groups that did it, right? And we know what we have done for America.
Yeah.
And by being like that, we not trying to get over on you, but you can't get over on us. And the worst part about it is you taking it to the internet instead of talking to the right people. Because now when you take it to the internet, people think that Detroit people are beefing. Really, only thing they're going to do is replace you.
Yeah.
It's easy to get an actor. It's not easy to get another company.
Right. Yeah.
You're not going to get another DR2 Productions. You're not going to get another Moolah. You're not going to get another BZ&M. You're not going to get... This shit is years in. How long y'all been in business?
Oh, a long time.
Right. We've been doing this shit since... I've been doing this shit since 2010. 2009.
Yeah. We were about the same time.
Right.
We started in videos.
Right.
Yeah.
So... And being honest, we made it easy for a bunch of motherfuckers to get what they got now.
Yeah.
Because now they not taking the losses that we took. They not having to fucking convince somebody to take their movies. Everybody jumping to take our shit now.
Yeah. Facts. Well, so what's in store for 2025? I know we talked about it a little earlier, but just tell the world what's coming from DR2.
So the best thing is, in 2024, I made some great partners. So Ty Hopkins.
Got to promote that. This right here
but Ty Hopkins, man, my brother, who I know forever, he introduced me to Jalen Rose, and we ended up doing a project called Southwest together that I feel made me a better writer, made me a better producer. And together with Jalen and Ty and Spud, I think it made me a better man. And the reason why I said it made me a better man is because it made me understand that everything is not always wrong because I didn't say it.
Right.
And everything is not always right because I said it. So, being in that partnership taught me a lot. Having my team that I have made my life easy. So, like next year, we're gonna start off our year with We Different. Okay. That's written by Lola Charmaine, and she did Nasty. Okay. But she wrote a series that I feel like it's gonna be Girlfriends on Steroids. Okay. Then I'm gonna introduce my new series, The Mayor. Okay.
Which I know we had talked about. I can't wait to see that one.
I'm excited about that. Yeah. And then we partnered with our homeboy Gucci. Okay. So Levon Smith is writing his stuff right now. It's called The A. Gucci
Mane?
No, his name Gucci.
No Gucci Mane.
But this guy is
Lemon.
He amazing. Yada brought him to us, and we do his stuff right. We do Yada stuff. Okay. In March. Gucci stuff right after that. Okay. And then we go right back to Street Legals, baby.
Hey, shout out to Street Legal too, man. Shout out to Street Legal. So, I ain't gonna release the third Street Legal you got. I'm gonna let you do that on your own.
Yeah.
But I shout out to the Street Legal franchise.
I can't wait. Street Legal has been every bit of a blessing that First Lady has.
Yeah, no. Shout it out, man. Definitely. So, look, man, it's time to play our segment. I told you about this, so now you talk like you're standing on business now. So we're going to see. So I need you to stand on business, okay? All right, so y'all know what it is, man. It's stand on it. I'm going to ask my brother some questions, and he going to answer it, and then you going to reply to me when he answers it. Stand on that. All right? So, first question is, who is to you the best actor?
Lee Master Spratlin, I stand on that.
Okay. Do you believe you have the biggest impact and influence in the industry?
Yes, I stand on that.
Oh, okay. All right, brother. Big brother, little brothers. It's always them disputes now between big brother, little brother now. Okay? Can Dennis Reed be fucked with?
Never. I stand on that.
I stand on that with you, brother. If you're first, who's second?
It's funny. I don't ever look at y'all as second. Never. In every interview I have done from the last 5 years, I always put DR2 and Moolah.
Okay.
I don't put you on second. I stand on that. Like I look at nobody will ever understand the talks that me and T have or had.
Mm-hmm.
He is one person I feel push me.
For sure. Pushes all of us.
And when I say push me, he doesn't push me in a negative way. He pushed me in a brother way. And the conversations, I know I could call dude and ask him any question. Yeah. And that's big for me because it's not too many people like me. Yeah. And he's one of them.
Well, T push you in that way. He pushes me, my fucking buttons every day. But in a good way. I truly believe, without T, there is no us, man. He's the internet drive. So, and one thing about my brother, I didn't know him for half my life now. Right. He only wants the best, and the true passion comes out. And he's a true leader. So, I mean.
He an island kid, bro.
Yeah, y'all island kids. Y'all different, man. I'm telling you, I'll be ready to choke his little life. Like, what you doing? But at the end of the day, it's my brother, man. And it is what it is. So, before it's all said and done, Dennis has to do what before it's over?
Be a billionaire.
Okay. And then I had to ask this question last. This question actually literally was third, but we're going to ask this last. Who's the best director in the game?
Dennis Reed, I stand on that.
I'm gone, man. I stand on that. I can't stand on that. I can't stand on that one. But I can drink to that, though, because my brother work hard. I drink to that now.
I stand on that.
But Coach was the best. I gotta remember that now. Okay, we ain't gonna let that one slide. But no, I shot that out. So, look, man, I appreciate you. It's always a great time with me and you, Link, man. It's nothing but love. It's nothing but support, man. You know us. We always support DR2. It's nothing but positive things. And I appreciate you coming on the show, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. I feel like it's a blessing for me to even be able to be on this couch right now, man.
No, I appreciate it. Hey, look, check it out, man. That's Drinks with Coach, man. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to my brother Dennis Reed for coming on the show and just having this great conversation with me. I hope that he dropped some gems for y'all to learn from because I know he dropped something on me. And it's always a great conversation with my brother. So till next time, I'll see y'all later. Thomas L. Harris, a.k.a. Coach, and you just watched Drinks with Coach. Peace out. Appreciate you, man.